try to learn how to use a scout. I already saved my Reaper so that I can make sure there's no scouting the proxy. So we learn how to achieve that. But yeah, I gotta read it a little better. Yeah. No. That pylon didn't make it.
Your will. For Artanis. Gasar de Templari. Honor guides me.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
Tell them you have carriers.
We are the...
The firstborn shall persevere.
Base is under attack.
Justice be done.
I have met the enemy. To glory. Let none deter us.
Command. Order.
Dimensional strength.
Your probes are under attack.
The stars align. An aerodeme.
Our pylon is under attack.
Systems at direct my vengeance. This vessel shall
Let us begin. An omen. Extrapolate.
genetic matrix active.
Mineral field depleted.
Channel the light of Io. Direct my vengeance.
Mineral field depleted.
Harmonized.
Genetic matrix active.
How can I aid you? Our fates are one. Na Zuktai.
Mineral field depleted.
I see.
Could have been a little further out.
Phase critical.
Research complete.
Direct my vengeance.
There he goes.
Our pylon is under attack.
I am here in the shadows. I am here in the shadows.
Your probes are under attack.
We're at full power.
Research complete.
Charged. Zaknaku Hapo. I am here in the shadows. I am the heart of darkness. I am the voice of the eclipse. Channel the light of light. de Templar. Our minds are as one. Casa de Templari. We seek, we are focused. Un orca. Casa de Templari.
Research complete.
The call.
Here we go.
Vengeance, my charge.
I am here in the shadows.
The storm is we fear no enemy.
I am here.
We shall stand against the darkness.
I am here in the shadows.
Justice. Death.
Base is under attack.
All integrity failing.
Silent as all.
I am here in the shadows.
By the heart of ire. With purpose. Kinala Atum. Guide us. Downloading orders.
Mineral field depleted.
For the reckoning.
Our minds are as one.
You require my...
Reinforcing silent
Un orca.
as all are one.
Mineral field depleted.
Lead. Direct us.
Mineral field depleted.
My charge.
Vespine geyser exhausted.
Let our enemy know our fury. Thy bidding.
Storm. Got him. Yeah.
Now you have my attention.
Oh yeah. What beer? This beer water. Hey, thank you so much, King Skylark 77 for the follow. I got Arcs Rotunziger, and that 420 hype with the mic at the mic at the mic at I don't know if it's Mick. I think it's Mick at the helm. Go up here. What? I got some pizza to eat later. Yeah, so this is slightly different build than the other build where I siege them. This is where I let them come out and then we play a late game. So like every build order, I try to figure out how to like get a late game play to it. And this one right here has two: a hyper aggressive one and a late game one where I just delay them for a little while and then I get my fast expansion and we play it a little different. He really wanted that bunker. And then that Marine died. Oh, that poor Marine. He's like minding his own business. Oh. And this one in you. He fucked up. Straight face bomb. Yeah, so we're taking out the supply depots. That'll keep the army at a minimum. He has to make more supply depots. And then we get the Zealot. During this time, instead of going for a pylon and Stargate that we usually do sometimes, this one goes with a Stargate at the main base and in a Nexus so that you can go for a battery overcharge and Tempest and Void Rates. So the Adepts, sometimes you get the problem where the Adepts are there to shade in to get the high ground vision if they go Cyclones or if they go like some, later tanks. Hey, what up, Rails? How you doing? I had to leave. Did you see my message earlier? Shit, this game was intense. Did you read it? Did you type it before? Or let me see. Oh, give me a second. You guys typed a lot. Did you highlight? What did you write? Did you next time highlight it? It's easier for me to catch it. Do you want to cast my tournament Saturday? I can help out Saturday. You just gotta remind me. But let me know what time and how long is the tournament. One p.m. 1 p.m. Okay, yeah, I could do 1 p.m. But you gotta remind me because I got so many things I do that I forget what my agenda is. But as long as you remind me, I usually remember to make sure the schedule is open. But I do forget sometimes. But I'm down. ¿Cómo estamos? Bien. Gas. Gamer, Latino, Chaos. ¿Cómo estamos? Mucho gusto. Regresando. Eastern something time. European Eastern time. There you go. All right, so right here, they break out and they get their expansion, and they're already milking that as fast as possible. And he's coming in to attack me. We make a pylon on the opposite spot so he doesn't sneak up on us, because we kind of want him to know. We want to know when he's coming.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
En Elsan de Alan Norman. Oh, ¿cómo? Your name is Norman in Helsen? It's 3 a.m. in flow time. Well, in European time, it's 3 a.m. So I have to schedule myself to 3. How long is it going to be? I mean, I can do a 3 a.m., but I have to warm up for it somehow on Friday. I have to already be at a 3 a.m. time sleep schedule. All right, so we got this right here. We got the pylons. If he breaks them, we know he's coming. And then here comes the marine medevac. Now the marine medevac, sometimes they can come over here and drop and then run through the main base. And so that's what the Tempest is for in this particular playbook. In this playbook, Tempest will take out the Liberator if there's a Liberator. If there's medevac drops, the Tempest will shoot the Marines and the medevacs before they actually get damaged, because they shoot some pretty good distance. So then they can't get their drop very efficient. And then there's this siege tank situation, right? Where they get siege tanks, they siege up, they got the marine medevacs to keep this, a halt. And so now you got this problem, and that's what the Tempests are for again. So the Tempests are for that, and then you got the Marines, you got the Colossus. So Tempest early on will take care of that early push. Now that it's a little later push, the Marines are there, so now you got a Colossus in case the Marines. But then you also have the battery shield overcharge. And you got the stasis right underneath the Void Raid. The Void Raid is there just to kind of like allow the Marines to chase it, and you don't see the shimmer. So you can't see the shimmer if you got a unit on it, at least not as easily. So you try to keep it on top to hide it. And it becomes more like, oh, it's a Void Raid, let me go after it. And so when I pull away, he's already on it and try to go and attack it. And then when that happens, they get stasis. So now they have stasis. Sometimes it's better than most, and sometimes it's, it's alright. But with the stasis, you get to like clog some of the marine. Now you just work on the tanks. And the tanks can't siege up too far and be too comfortable, because the Tempests are there to take out the tanks. So this tank situation and the Liberator zones get denied by the Tempest. So now that he lost a lot of units, I'm going after him for a little bit. Now that he has a lot of Marines, see, they make Marines to counter the Tempest. Like, oh, you got Tempest, I'm going to go Marines. But then the Colossus come in and counter the Marines. So then you're like, oh, well, now I need Vikings. So they'll usually get Marines and Vikings to counter the Colossus and the Tempest, because they're the problems. So when they get Vikings and Marines, what I do is I counter them with Templars. So the Templars counter them with the Storm, because at that point, whenever they go in with Vikings or when they go with Marines, they get stormed because they clump. Marines clump, Vikings clump. And because of that, that's where the Storm counters. So you got the Tempest forces out Marines, and then the Colossus forces out Vikings, and then because they come into Marine Viking clumps, the Templars can do splash damage. See, we got the Liberator zone. Well, we got the Tempest. We want to take one base out. We want to at least make sure we take one base out. We don't want to go over here and waste too much time and then he has enough Vikings to try to push me away. So instead of that, we go and take out what we could. Take a base out. So we take 2 bases. And we're getting our templars. And then we're going to get our mothership. I put my observer here just to know when he's coming back. And there he is. So there goes the Vikings. The Vikings to take out the Colossus. Once they take out the Colossus, then the Marines can go and take out the Tempest. The one thing about this though is the Colossus don't usually get targeted because the Vikings have to target the Tempest because the Tempest are shooting the Vikings. So you got the Vikings that shoot the Tempest, but they're not supposed to shoot the Tempest. They're supposed to shoot the Colossus so that the Marines can get in. So then it becomes all shitty a bit. You're like, hey, wait. I'm supposed to micro my Marines, not my Vikings. My Vikings are supposed to get next to where the Colossus are, and they're supposed to just take out the Colossus without much micro. But the Tempests are luring my Vikings, so I have to kill the Tempest before I can kill the Colossus. And if I kill the Colossus, if I try to kill the Colossus and he pulls back, it becomes complicated. So, it becomes this like, oh, I can't get my Marines where I want them because the Colossus can't die. And I can't kill the Colossus because the Tempests are right there. So you got this like engagement right there where the Vikings and the Marines don't really do too much just yet because of the confusion of the comp. And now my storm is coming. So what they want to do is they want to get in and stim right up on me. So if they get enough Marines, they can stim right on top of me and try to take out the Tempests because Tempests are very slow shooters. And if I have a lot of Tempests, that means that he can come in and run into me. And that's the thing. That's where the storm kicks in. The storm kicks in because the Vikings clump and the Marines clump. I saw the Vikings over here. I pulled back because I knew he was going to do the drop thing. But there goes the Marines again. He's like, well, the Marines don't work because the storm's there. So now he's screwed with that. And now I got a mothership. And with the mothership, I usually do a recall at the main base of their side because when you get on top of their production, that means that they have to go and attack you right away. So there's situations where you have a Terran player, sometimes in better states than this player. You have a Terran player that goes, oh, well, I'll just guard this area and you have to attack into this and I'll already be in position. So when they're in position and you're not attacking anything that they like, or if you're not doing any threat, they're going to be in that position. So in order for you to actually utilize your storms really well, the best thing I learned is to put them in a bad position. So a bad position forces them to you. It doesn't give them the, oh, I'll just wait it out a little bit, I'm good. When you hit them in a spot where it hurts, they have to react, whether they like it or not. They're either react or they're dead. And that's the problem with this. So what I do is I do a little test. I show myself here and reposition them. Because if I'm here, that means he's going to definitely be in this area when I go in. And because he's in this area, I can get inside from the main base with the mothership. So I'm setting up his repositioning. So now he's repositioned. And then I go in. And now that I go in, because I'm on top of his production and he can't get too much done with his production getting killed, he has to run up the ramp. He has no choice. He has no choice. He has to run up the ramp. And when they run up the ramp, that's when you storm them, because there's no way they're gonna be able to just go, oh, I'm just gonna get, I'll reposition myself, and then I'll move in on him from my base. It's like, no, it's like, oh, he's on my base, he's killing my production, I gotta go now. So you put him in a bad spot to clump up so that you can get your money shots on your storm. And that's how you kind of do it with different engagements. You always want to make sure you hit them where it hurts, so they have no choice but to come to you. Sometimes like in fighting, they have like these ways where they'll grab your hand and they'll just like twist it, and you're like on the ground already because of the way that it hurts. If you don't go that way, it's like, oh, you're twisting it, so I gotta go this way or else it's gonna hurt me. So you're kind of moving them where you want to by force. You twist their hand, oh, twist it again, oh, you start turning them around. You got the puppet master strings on, and so that's how you get the money shots on storms. A lot of players don't know how to do that. They'll storm and never really get it, because the Marines will spread out, and they're like, no, I'll spread out on your storms, because they're not really forced to attack you. You force them to attack you, that's where the money storms kick in. Here I think I selected the Mothership. I hit storm. I think I messed up on my storm, or it came out or it came out late. I was having a little derp moment right here, but I didn't select the Mothership on purpose, because when you select the Mothership, it derps out your storm. So I didn't do that. So I think maybe my storm I don't know why I did it. I was quite curious why it delayed me, because I was like, wait, I don't think it's not, the Mothership wasn't selected. Unless I hotkeyed it wrong. Unless I hit the wrong hotkey. So you're hitting him where if he doesn't get anything done here, you can't get his production. Can't kill you. Like, there's no other production in the map. That's why it's like not so worrisome to go for the third base sometimes. See, he's got a planetary fortress over here. He's all engaged. That doesn't matter. Even if he has another base, that doesn't matter. What matters is his production. If he doesn't have the production, he can't contest your army. If he can't contest your army, he's gonna lose overall in the long run. And so that's why this hurts them so much, because all their production's in the main base, and if they keep getting shot as they move out, he can never get enough to actually contest it. No, the Mothership, it doesn't really matter with the Mothership. The Mothership was to drop me in. I didn't really worry about keeping it or not. Usually it falls and you're gonna get that DPS moment. So like the Mothership has so much DPS that it gives you just a good amount of sponge time to just kill as much as you can while it's alive. It's such a big target, but it's really good at sponging a lot of damage during that time.